We also have Kajal Gandhi and Mayuresh Joshi with us. Your thoughts, Kajal? What stood out for you?
So broadly, the numbers are looking better than estimates on the NII because the margins have improved and the bottom line has also come in stronger. It seems the provisions have also been slightly on the lower side, taking the bottom line much higher.
The provision coverage ratio has incidentally improved. It was 64% in the previous quarter. It is 65%. So they have not scrounged on provisions.
Okay. But then overall, if you look at the slippages, they have come on the slightly higher side. But if we look at the stability, if it is able to bring on the stability in the bottom line also, because we have not seen these kind of numbers in the last couple of quarters. So it will also be positive from that angle. But yeah, commentary from the management on the watch list and the slippages will be seen actually.
Okay. Do stay on. Mayuresh Joshi is also with us. Mayuresh, first the asset quality, what did you make of it?
No, asset quality, Lata, much better than what we had anticipated. We were expecting GNPs at around 5.5, net NPs at 2.3. So it's been much better showing on that front. The only factor was that the slippages that we had accounted for was in fact lesser than in Q3. That has actually gone up, and what we are actually seeing from the numbers is the non-watch list slippages have actually gone up. So from 845 odd in Q3, that's actually jumped to 1245. Yes, it was 1251 in Q2 FY17. But largely, again, I think one must really look into the management commentary in terms of what has actually stripped through from the non-watch list. Otherwise, I think numbers are more or less in line in what we had expected in terms of advances, in terms of the NII growth and the bottom line as well.
Just a word from Abhishek. He's been reading the press release. Abhishek, anything more you want to point out and get comments?
No, there's nothing more in terms of, press release. But the loan growth is at 12.5% on a YOY basis and 10% on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So that is a strong jump. While your low-cost deposit share also is at high elevated levels. So overall margin expansion has come in from 2 points. One is your loan growth and the stickiness of low-cost deposits.
Yeah, advances quarter-on-quarter is a big jump. Of course, HDFC also posted about a 12% rise quarter-on-quarter and a 19.4% rise year-on-year. Axis has done a 10% growth in advances year-on-year and a 12% quarter-on-quarter. Mayuresh?
Yes, I think so. If you go by the show on what HDFC Bank has done, it was an exemplary performance. But yes, Axis Bank also has delivered more or less in line. I think, again, on the advances front, we were a little bit more optimistic. But it's not a bad figure. I think 10% net advances growth is commendable in the environment that we are working out of. So the management commentary is pointing ahead with credit cost expected to come down and with provisioning coming down and on the watch list itself, I think that can be taken as a positive in terms of the outlook going ahead.
Chances are the stock could put on some weight tomorrow?
Possibly, because if you look at valuations on an adjusted book, FY19, it's trading around 1.8 times. So it's not cheap considering the kind of stress it has gone through. But if the commentary is on the lines that we are probably expecting on the street is believing to believe, my own sense is yes, a positive uptick is possible for Axis in tomorrow's trade.
Okay. Do stay on, Mayuresh. Kajal Gandhi is also yet to give us her comments on the stock performance. From the numbers, how do you think the stock might react, Kajal?
So the street has been long waiting for something good from the stock actually. They were already talking to be slightly improving, but other than that, if the management is able to give a guideline on the contained slippages or if they are already through onto the major slippages, then yes, we think it will be a positive for extent.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course, one will have to wait for that. But at the moment, going by the profit that you are seeing and the book value that you must have calculated, what is your rating on the stock, Kajal?
So currently we have a hold rating, but considering the valuations at FY19 estimate and if we factor in slightly lower on the GNP, we may be seeing some improvement on that also.
Okay.
So we can see positivity.
Okay. Sorry, what would you want to be positive on the stock?
Yes, guidance to be on the lower side on the asset quality maybe. That is one major thing that we'll look at. So according to the estimates, we'll also have to be on the lower side on the NPA, and that can push up the book value for future then.
Okay, well, we will await the management's comments. The press conference is due to start in about 15 minutes or so. Thank you very much, Mayuresh and Kajal, for joining us with your first thoughts on the Axis numbers. Abhishek, any winding up details that you want to point out?